spirits embrace, healing with tarot, guided by grace.
I hope you guys are doing all right this evening. These are messages, even though they may involve other people, we're working on taking accountability and making sure that we recognize that we are in control of our lives. So even though people do things to us, we want to make sure that we respond in a good and healthy way, okay? So we're going to go ahead and rock off. This won't be too long this evening too as well. So we're going to go ahead and hop into it. And I apologize the way these messages may come out because they're coming out with love. But the first message is you can't expect anybody to put any hope in you and to love you more than you love yourself. And a lot of you are having problems because you feel as though people aren't giving to you the way that you feel as though they should. And you feel like you're not getting what you want in life because of that. But in reality, it's because you're not really truly believing in yourself and you're putting your worth in other people's hands too as well. And as long as you do that, it's like people are always going to fumble you because they don't have the capacity to hold you. That's what you're supposed to do yourself. You're supposed to heal and become the best version of you so that no matter what happens in your life, that you're okay. But if you're not able to really take accountability, look at yourself in the mirror, then you'll never be able to see or take that first step to change because you won't even be able to recognize you have a problem. And you'll be deflecting and making it seem as though everybody else is the issue, everybody else is the problem. In reality, it's the fact that you really, truly, at the core of you, don't believe that you're worthy of the things that you are trying to accomplish. So you guys really have to work on truly loving and valuing yourself in a way that you have never done before. And I know this may seem difficult because life happens, you know. We have family, friends, people, jobs, just life experience that happen that cause us to change into something that many of you may not even recognize right now. And you could be looking at your life like, how did I get here? And it's time for you to take control. A lot of you guys were conditioned to be the person that you are right now, but you got to break that mold and finally become who you genuinely want to be. All right. So the next message we the next message we have here for you guys. What I genuinely do not want you guys to be doing right now is getting to the point where you're cutting everybody out of your life. I'm really proud of you for being able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're cutting people out of your life without taking accountability of why things went wrong, then that's not going to be fair to those people, and it's not even going to be fair to you. It's like you're going to be putting yourself in a situation to be doing this all over again. And if you do not take accountability for what you're doing, then it's going to keep happening all over again. And you have to get to the point where you actually want to change enough. Like, aren't you tired of going through the same thing? Like, I would be, because you guys are having endings in your life. And you're not having endings in your life because you're just a horrible person. It's like you're being pushed and guided to do something else, to stop staying stagnant, to stop being the version of you that you've always been. And you could think life is just screwing me up right now, but the perspective that you could have is like life is being shaken up because I'm obviously supposed to be doing something different. You have to change your mindset when it comes to the things that you want in life, because I promise you a lot of you guys are just wanting the things that you want based on the environment that you're in and just the things that you've been through in life. It's not even genuinely truly who you are. The best thing that you could do right now is finally get yourself in a position where you are stable emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, especially financially. A lot of you guys are going through certain things in your life only because you're stuck in certain places that you genuinely truly don't want to be at. It's like being stuck in a city and you're only stuck in that city because you haven't created a foundation for yourself to truly be able to have the life that you want, to truly be able to go out there and to be able to purchase the things that you want, take the trips that you want. So you're stuck in one location. It's like it's a limited mindset. You guys have to get to the point where you feel better about people not giving in to you, because it's getting you to a point where you could finally do something for yourself. I know it may be scary. I know you feel like people don't care about me because people aren't giving to you, but it's like a reward perspective is what I'm just going to give you. So all you have to really do is to see it a different way. We could be We could be upset when people don't give to us, or we could be like, you know what, I'll accept that, and it's putting me in a position to have to do things for myself. And then you become a much better and much stronger person. So we could be upset at this person for not doing something for us, or for not showing up for us in a way, but it allowed us to show up for ourselves. It allowed us to learn things about different people. You could be upset and have a victim mindset about everything that goes on in life, or you could change your perspective and capitalize on everything that goes wrong, so you don't look at it as I've made all these mistakes. No, I haven't made any mistakes, because I've learned from every one of those. Those were just lessons. And life is all about learning lessons. And the only time you're not learning lessons, you're not in here anymore. So, a lot of you guys are learning also too as well to protect yourself from people who are trying to move too quickly. For ladies, a lot of you are recognizing that with men who are basically trying to come on a little too strong, whether it be in the bedroom, or just trying to get you to do things that really don't make you feel comfortable. With gentlemen as women, trying to get you to spend money, or trying to get you to make you feel as though your worth is in your pockets, or what you have gained in this world, instead of what you have acquired in your mental and the person that you have genuinely truly become. And I want you guys to recognize that even though you guys have liked certain people in the past, you just growing up, you just don't like the things that you used to like, because you're finally getting to the point where you're matured. A lot of you are recognizing that people who want to move things fast, or who are very, very impulsive, usually have ulterior motives. And you're recognizing now too as well that you also have to slow down when it comes to people like this. You have to ask yourself and really assess the situation on why these people are coming into your life, and what do they want from you at this moment. What are they trying to obtain genuinely? The crazy thing is, a lot of you, I'm really proud of you if anybody hasn't said it to you lately, because it seems as though, even though this has been the most stressful time in your life, it's like you're still creating a firm foundation for yourself, and finding that strength that you didn't even know that you had. And that's what I mean about people knocking you down, and you feel as though nobody's there. But then it's like you had to stand up alone. No matter how battered and bruised you were, you still had to stand up, and you still had to move forward. And with that, with nobody being there, you learned a new strength. And every time you kept getting knocked down, and you got back up a stronger person, each time it was less and less people around, but there was less people to support you. That's the stronger that you got. And it was at the worst time in your life when you really changed into the best version of yourself. So instead of looking at it as I could have lost certain people, or I went through all of these situations, you came through all of these situations, you made it through all of these situations, and you became a better person. Even though it hurt, yeah, there's some things that attach to it you may wish you have never had to see and or experience, but they made you who you are today. Also, there's a lot of people, when you guys start becoming this new version of yourself, there's going to be a lot of people who are stressed out because they no longer have access to you. It's like people are going to be pissed off at the simple fact that you value yourself a lot more than you did in the past. So people are going to be upset because, no shade, back in the day you didn't value yourself as much. Now you do. And it's like the fact that you're changed, people are upset because now they have to come with more, when people never really wanted to give that in the first place. Some people came and dealt with you for what you could give to them, not what they could give to you. And now that you require more, you require equal reciprocity. People are like, all right, I don't want to deal with the situation because I didn't really sign up for this to give to you. I signed up for the broken version of you that gave to me no matter what, that would sacrifice themselves for me. And people are seeing that you're no longer doing that, and it's scaring them, because now they're losing their source. They're losing their lover, their friend, their family member, their employee, someone that they could use, someone that they could benefit from over and over and over again, and give you just enough love or attention or affection or pay at your job for you to stay, but not enough for you to really be comfortable and for you to genuinely be happy. Because if that were to happen, then these people may not be able to benefit from you anymore. And now that you've been able to see that, you've been cutting people off and moving a whole lot differently, and people don't like that. And they can tell that you genuinely don't care, and they're frustrated because they can no longer give the things to you that they gave to you in the past, because a lot of you have started to heal. So if you needed love from a codependent place from someone, they can't come love bomb you, because you love yourself so much. You know love bombing like it's no tomorrow. It's like you'll be able to see that coming. And people are pissed off because this new, healed, evolved version of you cannot be played with. It cannot be toyed with, because it's on their way to obtain whatever you want for your life. You finally decided to cut certain people off, especially family. I keep seeing parents, because a lot of parents have an idea of what they thought your life is supposed to be, but a lot of you guys are finally breaking the mold of the generational trauma of doing whatever and mommy daddy wants, because you recognize that they're not even happy doing what their mother and father wanted. And it's kind of hard having to break that, having to recognize that you have to sacrifice certain people for this new phase of yourself, this new phase of your life, and it's just a little stressful. Also, there's certain people who are also nervous, because they know that they have wronged you. They're also nervous because they feel as though there's some things that they've done to you that you don't even know, and they're afraid for you to find out. That's why people haven't been communicating with you. If you wonder why people have just been falling off, they know that this new version of you can't be messed with, and they know they've done you wrong, and they're genuinely afraid to face you. Because I don't know why, I just like it was the energy gave unbothered. It's like they were able to keep you quiet in the past because you didn't truly value yourself enough to stand up for yourself, or to speak up for what you genuinely truly wanted. And now that you're doing that, it's like people are afraid because you're calling people out. So if you truly genuinely want love in a relationship, you're calling your lover out for not giving you love. If you truly want better pay at your job, you're calling your bosses out for taking advantage of you for years and not giving you the raise that you needed. And they're really worried. They're shaking in their boots whenever you walk into the room, because they know that you're not the person that they hired. You're not the person who they got in the relationship with. You're not the friend who you were in the past, and you can see them differently. And usually the people that you obtained in your people pleasing era are people who had the energy to just take from you, to benefit from that version of you. And that's why when you recognizing that and you're cutting people off, not because you don't care about them, it's just because you care about yourself, they're upset because they can't come back the way that they used to. And many of them don't have the capacity. Like if this was a relationship and you needed love and this person did not give it to you, many of them recognize that they don't have the capacity to give you what this new version of you need. And that in itself is scaring them. And it's like karma. Ain't that something? Um, Also, too, as well, a message I want to give to you guys about love. Um, and the reason why you guys be asking yourself why you be going back to toxic situations and be dealing with relationships when you know it's not healthy for you. Or y'all could be asking this about one of your friends or family members or just somebody else that you know, right? So let's just say you grew up in an environment where your mother and your father, because a lot of you guys have um, a troubled past and a lot of trauma that we have to work through. Some people's version of love is pain, and you guys have to recognize what people's version of love is. You also have to recognize what your version of love is to make sure that it's healthy before you give that to another person. But what you guys are seeing right now, the reason why you would go back to unhealthy situations is because you were codependent. A lot of you were needing these people to fill a void, and you're recognizing that now. The more you work on yourself and you're starting to heal those voids that you were using those people to fill, you're seeing it now that you were just codependent. You could have been very anxious when it comes to certain relationships. A lot of you are recognizing too as well that you were chasing the love that you saw your parents have, whether it was healthy and or unhealthy. You're also recognizing you could be chasing unhealthy parents, whether it could be an absent father, or it could be an absent father emotionally absent, or absent mother emotionally absent mother that causes a lot of trauma. And you're recognizing that too as well. That's why you kept going back to those situations. It wasn't never that that person was really worthy. It's like you were trying to fill a void. Like, let's just say your father could have left, and you're so busy trying to prove to yourself or to prove to somebody who actually acts just like your father that you are worthy enough for them to stay. So you over and over again just sacrifice yourself for certain relationships, and you're recognizing you're not even doing it for this person because they don't even truly meet your needs. You're doing it because you have a core need of trying to fill a abandonment wound from one of your parents. And once you guys are recognizing that, you're like, okay, cool. And it's a weight, but it's a weight then that is lifted because now you're recognizing why you did certain things, why you was in this cycle of being an unhealthy, dealing with people who didn't really mesh with you, but you couldn't recognize why you were so drawn. And if you haven't read the book Attached, I really would advise you to. It would save your life, and it'll have you looking at relationships entirely different. Because just like I'm saying, a lot of you recognize that you didn't even truly love this person. You were attached to them because they triggered an attachment wound that you have with the parental figure from when you were younger. And when you recognize it, it's just like weight lifted. Because a lot of you recognize you didn't even love a lot of people because you hadn't loved yourself. Just like that person was trying to use you, like we all do our little manipulation, but you got to recognize what you're doing, recognize why you're doing it, forgive yourself, put a plan to actually change and be a better version of yourself so we don't go through this over and over again. Because you could be mad at yourself for dealing with somebody who's not healthy for you and be so proud of yourself for getting rid of them, but there's no point of getting rid of that person if you're going to keep being the same person with the same mentality that's going to attract the same person in an entirely different body, and you're going through the same thing over and over again. Because once you guys finally get to the mode where you guys change, it's like you can create the life that you genuinely want. If you recognize, okay, I was in loveless relationships because of trauma, let me heal my trauma. Now I can be in a love for a happy loving relationship with somebody who I genuinely love, because I'm not operating out of attachment or codependency, or I'm not feeling a void that's filled. I have healthy love to give, and I'm ready for healthy love now. And it's like your life is going to change, because now you can decide, truly decide, with your conscious mind, not with your subconscious and trauma and everything running the show. It's you finally being able to make the choice of what you want for your life. And now that you've healed and you've been able to do the work, what you want is not going to be what you wanted in the past. It's going to be a lot more healthier because you're healthier. It's going to be a lot more joyful because you're joyful. It'll be full of more love because you're full of love, because you've given all of these things to yourself. So, also too, as well, with this new mindset that you have for yourself, a lot of you guys are going to be starting to do different things. I'm hearing different projects, and if you have more than one, do more than one. Just pace yourself out, you know what I'm saying? Get yourself a calendar, schedule it out. You don't have to a lot of you guys have a lot of dreams for a reason, and you're not given this information for you to or let me sit here and focus on one thing. No, your mind is capable of great things, and you can figure it out. So figure it out, because once you guys really start to love yourself, you're gonna look like, oh my gosh, I can do whatever I want. And I've only had a limited mindset because of whatever has happened. We don't have to go back there, but that's the reason why I never chased my dreams. That's no reason why I applied for that job I truly wanted. You could have been living out of fear and insecurities, thinking you weren't good enough. But either way, whatever's going to happen on the other side of your healing is abundance. Not just love, it's money there. Okay? Not that money is the root of all happiness, but you rather cry in that mansion than in the shack. You know what I'm saying? And you guys want to actually build yourself up to the point that a lot of your children don't have to go through what you're going through. Because a lot of you guys are upset because, or confused because you're the first person in your family going through this. But I need you to understand, a lot of you guys have children, and they're seeing you go through this change. They watch you be the version of yourself that really didn't get anything done, that may not have chased their goals, that may not have healthy relationships, go through the change, so your children and the generations can see, no, it's possible. I watched my mom do it, or my dad do it. I watched this person go from A to Z. I watched this person change. I watched this person decide that they wanted to be better and become better. So it's not even just for you. It's the people that are watching you. It's for the babies and the kids that you guys have, and they can look up to you and say, you know what? I know I can do this too, because you're doing it. You guys are creating it. And a lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of things. I don't really mess too much on politics, but I'm telling you, now's the time for you guys to start creating your own businesses. You wouldn't be worried about half of this if we had our own money. That's what I'm saying. We worried about things we wouldn't worry about if we had money in the bank. So it's time for you guys to really start worried about that. And the more you really start catering to yourself, putting yourself first, not people pleasing, because half of the energy you put into these people, if you would have put it to yourself, it would be a lot much better for you. So once you start doing that, though, things are they're gonna I'm just hearing tenfold, tenfold. Things are just gonna like multiply. You're gonna be so excited. It's gonna be a lot of things that you're gonna have to handle, but it's gonna be okay, because you're gonna be able to handle that. A lot of you two are gonna have people that are gonna be able to come into your life now that's gonna be able to support you. And with you having a healthier mindset, you attract people, like-minded people. You're also gonna be able to weed through the people who aren't good for you, because you can recognize who's supposed to be in your life, who's not, who's healthy, who's not, who has ulterior motive, or who is genuinely here for you. So it's like you're going to be able to step over things and hurdles that would usually knock you over in the past with ease. It's not going to bother you. So it's like you're going to be able to handle your business with peace. Also, another message I have for you, a lot of you, okay, when it comes to the people that you love, your family and your friends, your people who you consider family, I need you guys to recognize, because a lot of you guys are feeling lonely and wondering why everybody is treating you the way that they're treating you. You are not built like everybody else. Everybody does not have the goals and the dreams and the aspirations that you have. And now that you are going to start walking in your fullness, it's going to irritate a whole lot of people around you. And I need you to be prepared, because you're going to lose a lot of people, not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just because you're doing everything right. And it's like your life is a constant reminder to them that they're not on their job, that they're not handling their business, that they're not healed, that they haven't done their shadow work, that they haven't really truly faced themselves, that they don't even know themselves, that they're not walking in their purpose. And it's easier for them to come at you, to be upset, to be in secret competition with you than it is for them to face themselves. And you have to recognize that some people are just mad at themselves and they just take it out on you because it's easier. A lot of people downplayed you in the past, but now they're going to see that that doesn't really matter to you anymore. These people are genuinely and truly afraid, as they should be.